Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Folks from around the world, welcome to the Roger Report. Today we're diving into tennis history and exploring a fascinating story about a player who came incredibly close to winning that elusive Grand Slam title. You know, when it comes to Grand Slam titles, there are only a select few who have made it to the top of the mountain. Players like Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, and Novak Djokovic have dominated the sport for years, with an impressive 66 majors between them. But what about those players who were on the cusp of greatness, yet fell just short? We're talking about Tomas Berdych, a Czech tennis player who spent 17 incredible years on the ATP Tour. His stats are mind-boggling. He made at least the quarterfinals at majors on 17 occasions and reached his lone final at the 2010 Wimbledon Championships. That's right, folks, this guy was nearly unstoppable. Berdych's game was built around one thing: his thunderous serve. It's often said that a great serve can make all the difference in tennis, and Berdych certainly had one of the cleanest and most powerful serves in the history of the sport. But it wasn't just his serve that made him so effective. His ground strokes were simply insane. According to Steve Johnson, former ATP player turned tennis analyst, Berdych was such an incredibly good player. He got wins over Fed, Nadal, Djokovic, you name it. That's right, folks, this guy was taking down some of the all-time greats with ease. And if we look at his rankings during that time, he ranked 6 or 7 for years. That's like being one of the top 2 players in the world. Now I know what you're thinking. What happened to Berdych? Why didn't he win more majors? Well, as Steve Johnson so aptly put it, without the top 3, I give Berdych a handful of slams. That's right, folks, the competition was just too tough for this guy. Berdych's lone Grand Slam final came at Wimbledon in 2010, where he faced off against Rafael Nadal. And what a match it was! Berdych stunned defending champion Federer in the quarterfinals and then took down Djokovic in straight sets before finally facing off against Nadal in the final. But unfortunately for Berdych, this is where his story takes a bit of a turn. As he faced off against Nadal, who was searching for his second Wimbledon title after an epic victory over Federer 2 years prior, it became clear that Berdych just didn't have what it took to beat the Spaniard. Nadal's experience and dominance eventually got the better of him, and Berdych was left with a heartbreaking loss. Despite never winning a Grand Slam, Tomas Berdych is still one of the greatest players in tennis history. He may not have made it to the top of the mountain, but his talent, determination, and dedication to the sport are an inspiration to us all. And that's the story of Tomas Berdych, folks. A reminder that even though we may never achieve greatness, our passion and love for the game can still take us far. Thanks for joining me on the Roger Report today.